Say in Hindu mythology, they say that the world is the drama of God. God is not something in Hindu mythology with a white beard that sits on a throne and that has royal prerogatives. God in Indian mythology is the self, Satchitananda, which means Sat, that which is, Chit, that which is consciousness, that which is Ananda is bliss. And in other words, what exists, reality itself, is gorgeous. It is the plenum, the fullness of total joy. Wow-wee. And all those stars, if you look out in the sky, as a firework display like you see on the 4th of July, which is a great occasion for celebration. The universe is a celebration. It is a fireworks show to celebrate that existence is. Wow-wee. And then they say, but however, there's no point just in sustaining bliss. Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. Or any length of time you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? And then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now. You would dream the dream of living the life that you are actually living today.
Wait, have you slept at all yet? You heard the door. Did you go out?
Yeah, I watched the sunrise from the beach and I walked all the way down to the far end. Have you seen the cairn down there?
That depends. Remind me what a cairn is?
Well, it's a pile of stones, really. The people who walk down there usually find a white rock and add it to the pile. They sometimes leave a message on them. Actually, some of them are really lovely, just, missing people, loved ones, wishing they were there, that sort of stuff. Some people just write their name and the date on it, but it's not that far up there. I could take you up there sometime.
What does yours say?
Mine? What makes you think I did one?
I know you, Dimitri. You always have to leave your mark one way or the other. Besides, I can't imagine you'd pass up the opportunity to leave a little piece of your wit for some stranger to find.
That's interesting. I can't say I'd honestly thought of myself like that before, but Yeah, actually, I did add a couple of stones. Well, it's funny. Look, I don't think I've mentioned this before, and this is really going to take some explaining, so just bear with me. Well, when I was about 10, and then at about 25, I think I would have put frankly, I existed for the first time. Okay, that was intentionally vague, I'll admit, but it's a struggle to know how to explain it. 3 times I've experienced the first moment of being conscious in this body. The first time was when I was 10 and I was playing in the garden. The next time I was 25 and I was in bed with my girlfriend, and then the third time was on the beach today.
Three? You mean 4, surely? You were born, were you not?
So I'm told, but that's just anecdotal. I don't remember it, so I can't honestly say that it definitely happened.
Well, you want evidence other than the fact that you exist at all?
Yeah, well, of course my body exists, so logically that means that my mother gave birth to me. But remember, 3 times in my life I've experienced coming into existence for the first time, so it seems completely reasonable there would be periods of time where the opposite occurs, periods of unexistence, a sort of unconsciousness, a lack of awareness.
Well, I suppose I can understand that. I think everyone has bouts of not being completely lucid. That's why Buddhists practice mindfulness, no? Thinking about it, I have heard that there's an opposite to déjà vu. And I'd imagine that would be just like what you've explained, right?
That's right, you're talking about jamais vu. And yeah, that might well be a suitable title for it. It may be something completely different. Makes no difference to me either way. I mean, why should giving it a name change my opinion of the experience?
Well, I don't suppose it should, but it might mean this existential experience that's so significant to you may be more common than you think. But to humour you, I can't help but remember this guy I was listening to the other day. He was talking about dreams, I think. Anyway, the basic idea was, what if reincarnation doesn't require death?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but it's a fun idea. How about it? Throughout my life, I've been periodically fluctuating between consciousnesses.
So, what, you inhabited a fish for a while, and then suddenly you're Dimitri?
Yeah, sure, a fish, a cat, or maybe some alien from a distant galaxy. Maybe I've been you for a bit.
Well, then maybe I've been you for a bit. What if some bodies are just more prone to noticing the change? Maybe we've both been each other.
Or are each other, just at different points in time.
Well, by that logic, it's reasonable to assume there could be just one being that's infinite. I think we've just defined ourselves as an individual facet of God.
That's weird. Alan Watts said just the same thing to me this morning.